Welcome back to another episode of GAMER-0, where we spread that gaming truth like a virus. I'm your host, T-Hill. So, you've seen the title, you know what it is. This is all about some Crysis 2. Is it hot or is it a flop? So, I haven't picked up the game yet, so I'm not going to comment on a personal experience. But from what I'm going to go after is what I'm reading in the reviews that have been dropping all day long, which, you know, is kind of crazy. This game was never on my top of the top list. But it was a really high up there. It was never a day one. But what I'm reading is a lot of, did the game kind of get a pass because of its lineage and the developers, the pedigree of Crytek. So some of the big qualms that I'm reading about it are the stark differences between the PlayStation 3 version and the 360 version. And what I'm hearing is pretty much the PS3 version is watered down. And I played the demo and wasn't overly impressed with the multiplayer demo that came out for the PlayStation 3. I had frame rate issues, I had texture pop-in, it seemed all over the place, sporadic at best. And I'm reading these reviews, and you know, I can't really go into detail, but some websites are even going as far as saying this is graphically the best game on a console, period, because of the lighting. Really? The lighting is the reason why it's the best graphical game, period? When I'm reading through the review and they're not getting docked points for muddy textures, frame rate issues, anti-aliasing issues, and this is across both platforms. The PS3 apparently was hit harder by this. I know Crytek came out and, you know, went after IGN for some of the stuff they said, but they still got walked away with a pretty fair score of a 9.0 out of 10 from IGN. But all over the place I'm seeing, you know, kind of a pass, because most games that some of the bigger qualms were the AI being horrific. Being enemies standing in front of you, you spraying them up with bullets and them not acknowledging you, to the enemy, the aliens and the humans standing together like they're funking or anything. So, I mean, these are things that I remember Dark Sector, and this is hit detection we're talking about, enemy AI being poor, graphical issues, and it sounds like this game's getting a pass, because Dark Sector, if you guys don't know, that game was riddled with the exact same problems, and it got bombed by the media. Bombed. And we're giving, from the big presses, are giving these guys a pass. And especially from Crytek, who throughout the project's lifecycle boasted this is going to be the best console game ever. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I didn't see that with my multiplayer experience that I got out of the demo, which of course is an older build. But you're talking about competing with top dogs like Naughty Dog, I don't know, Sucker Punch, Sony Santa Monica. I mean, the guys over at id, who, you know, put in the id Tech 5 out for Rage. There's so many top developers. Crytek to speak so boastfully about how great this engine is going to be and how great Crysis 2 is going to be, it sounds like they're getting a pass. And to me, that's complete BS. If it's got problems across both platforms, and one especially getting hit worse than the other, and when they specifically said they're all going to run equal, they're all going to play equal, and you know, when you have them side by side, you can't notice the difference. But I read about 15 different reviews across small websites and little websites, and they're all saying the same things, and yet they're still getting, the big sites are giving them pretty much a pass, like an 8.5 and above, and you know, with the issues they're having, shouldn't be happening. So is Crysis 2 on the consoles, is it hot or is it a flop? You guys let me know. because from what I'm hearing, sounds like my gut instinct was right to pass on a day one purchase. So moving on, a few other things that happened today. Apparently EA is gone green. You are not going to get any more manuals. I didn't see an exact date of when this is going to be like permanent going forward. But apparently no more manuals in their cases. So you are paying $65 for a disc and a case, which, you know, you're getting the content in the disc. But is this just a trending move to get out of the box retail, and they're just gonna slowly strip stuff away over the next 5 to 10 years? Let me know what you think. Do you really want to go online to look at the manual? Some people use the manuals. I particularly don't, but I like having it in there because, shit, I paid $65. I want everything that I normally would get. Green or not, you know, recycle the paperwork. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It just feels like it's one more thing that's getting stripped away from us gamers, and it's part of our purchase. So, other thing that happened today, you know, Tuesday, stuff hitting PSN. The DLC for Castlevania Lords of Shadows. Hopefully I'm going to pronounce it right. Riviera, but pretty much it's a full extension DLC. You go back to where you met Laura and Camilla. Yeah, I think that's right. You get to go back there and experience another portion of the game, because there's 2 DLCs planned. This is the first of the 2. And you get to experience some more gameplay, which is cool because I really enjoyed the gameplay. I'll probably be downloading it tonight and give you guys my feedback sometime this weekend, depending on the length of the DLC, and let you guys know if it was worth the purchase or not. So that's what I've got for today. Sorry. Dead Island. Didn't want to forget that. Dead Island. Well, apparently, you know, there's a little 20-minute demo that was shown to select individuals in the media, and from what I read, you know, the game is expected to be 20 to 30 hours long. The characters are class-based. You've got like the tank, the assassin, the jack of all trades, and the leader. They only, I guess, showed off the tank, and the other 3 are kind of on the mum right now. I guess you can unlock different combat skills. When you kill zombies or cut them up, they leak experience as well as blood, and that's quoted from the article I read. But I guess the family from the trailer that we all saw, you will encounter throughout the game. You know, my initial impressions of the trailer left me with more of like, this is going to be a dramatic experience. Like, it's very cinematic and very intense and engrossing in the title. And from what I'm reading, it sounds like it's going to be, well, they said that specifically the zombies are going to be more like what you would expect from 28 Days. So, you know, they're going to be fast running, thinking, more aggressive. And that's cool. That's what I was kind of pumped for. But the way they're going to do it like an RPG-ish, and I was left a little confused on, is this a hack and slash? Is this a shooter? Is it both mixed with an RPG element in the background? Yeah, I haven't seen anything clarified, and it's a little muddy for me. So if you guys know, shoot me an email, clear that up for me. But I guess you unlock combos, and each character or class type is dramatically different, and you play through the game unlocking different RPG elements as your playthrough. So you get 4 playthroughs at 20 to 30 hours each, so that's tons of good content. If the playthrough experiences are stark differences. If it's the same play experience, and the story and everything's the same, and you're just playing as a different character with the same perspective as a character that you just played with, that sounds like a rub, but they didn't go into too much detail there, so that's way to be seen. So let me know what you think. If you like the whole experience, Borderlands mixed in with your hack and slash or shooter, if that's what it is again, let me know, because that doesn't that doesn't capture me as much as what I thought it was going to be. But I guess we have to see more to really put my judgment stamp on it. So that's all I've got for this episode. Short, brief, get to the point. Yeah, the main focus was Crysis. Is Crytek getting a pass on their game? And from what I'm hearing is they did a a mediocre job, and they're getting fairly good reviews for a mediocre job, where other developers in other games have not gotten that lucky pass. So is it hot or is it a flop? Let me know. As always, you can follow me on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's T_Hill0, or on PSN, it's T-Hill. All right, that's all I've got. I'm out. Peace.